If you're an adult learning how to ride, and either you're crashing more often than you would like to, or you've developed fears, or you're not progressing as fast as you would like to, then you're probably committing one or both of the errors that I'm sharing with you in this video. Hi, I'm Roxy. No one told me this. What I'm sharing in this video is the result of many years of full-time coaching experience and actually reading dozens of neuroscientific papers and having a lot of exchange with coaches from not only the mountain bike realm, but all realms. And all you need to do is to avoid these two errors. And I can guarantee you that your mountain bike skills are going to skyrocket. You're going to become the most proficient mountain biker you've ever become. Because I see these errors in all levels of riders. Not only beginners, not only advanced, but also really advanced people. Everyone literally has committed these two errors at some point in their life. So if you're an adult and you want to really accelerate your learning, then avoid these two errors. Error number one is practicing the skills where you need them versus where you will learn them. If this sounds too abstract, don't worry, I'm going to explain. Actually, there's a learning zone and a performance zone. So a zone in which you will learn and a zone in which you will perform the skills. I'd like to share this example, which was sent to me last week by a client, of a lady going over the bars in a very technical section. And first off, she seems to be fine, and I hope you are a lady if you are watching this, and I'm not judging you whatsoever. I'd like to use this video, however, because I think it's a great example where someone tries to apply something that doesn't quite work, and the cause for this may be, and this is just my interpretation, I may be completely wrong, but this cause for this may be that the skills needed for this section are not yet automatized. And then a lot of people commit this error. They go into sections that are too technical and attempt skills they have not yet repeated often enough to have them automatized, try to apply them there, and then they crash because in a performance zone, errors do have consequences. So we need to practice often enough in a learning zone where errors do not have consequences in order to be able to apply them in a performance zone. So this is how this video looks to me. I'm very glad she's fine, but if you are listening to this and if you are the lady, then do get in touch. I'd love to offer you a free analysis for skills to work on to avoid this in future. And to all you watching out there, if you want to avoid this, then practice the skills you need, your foundational skills in terrain where you do not need it to be able to apply it where you do need it. This section right here, it's a very difficult section in Sedona with lots of obstacles coming towards you and going away from you. It's super steep and there's also a tight turn after this section. It's just a combination of different foundational skills. You need perfect body position, you need advanced braking skills because you want to modulate the brakes throughout. You want to feather them, and that's fine coordination because it's tiny movements in your finger that are necessary. So you need to have practiced this skill over and over weeks to months actually, to have that fine coordination in your finger and to also adjust and readjust your braking skills to the changing grip conditions on the trails. You need extremely advanced skills of allowing the bike to move and keeping the body stable, but these are all foundational skills. Actually, all skills that you will learn by repeating fundamental skills in a safe learning zone. If you don't practice them often enough in a learning zone, in a safe environment where errors don't have consequences, then you will not be able to apply them to a performance zone where you actually need the skills. So let's get to error number two that I see a lot, and that is understanding versus doing. So the error is confusing learning by understanding with motor learning. A lot of people think when they've understood something that they can go out and do it, but it's not the case. Learning motor skills, learning movements takes practice. And I don't mean 1, 2, 3 times, I mean hundreds to thousands of repetitions in a safe learning zone to be able to apply it to a performance zone. So you need to understand that understanding will not do the trick. I know this sounds kind of abstract, but if I explain this to you, just like the section I've just explained, and I have a much more detailed analysis on my Patreon channel, if you'd like to support me there and get that analysis to find out all the juicy details why she went over the bars and how you can avoid it, then you can either click here or read in the description. But even then, even understanding that will only be one part of the puzzle, of the big puzzle of learning skills. And that's the biggest error that people perform, is they look for that missing puzzle piece to understand, but they don't notice that even if you found that puzzle piece, and even if you've understood it, that even then you won't be able to perform the moves, because performing the moves takes repeated practice. Okay, and you may not want to hear this because, of course, it's not a quick fix. Yep, it's not, because there are no quick fixes when we're learning skills. But there are methods that really work if you apply them. And these are practicing repeatedly, practicing the right movement patterns over and over in a safe learning zone. And then you'll notice that you come to something that used to be a fear zone. You come to a trail where it's like, wow, like half a year ago, this was unrideable. And then you just ride into it confidently because your body has built the skills. And if you would like to do that with me, then just check the description below, because that is exactly why I offer long-term training programs and not just one-day skills clinics, because they're just not realistic. No one learns movement patterns within a single day. Yes, you will understand them. Yes, you will feel like you learned something because you cognitively have understood and learned it, but you have not built movement patterns. You have not practiced enough to automatize these movements. This is something that you need to do by practicing repeatedly. And if you would like to do that, then all you need to do is to practice my proven drills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list videos below on YouTube. They are free. You can just practice these, practice in a safe learning zone, and you will feel a difference. And if you would like to have my secret pro coaching drills, I will also link the course right there. Also, I'm going to link my Patreon channel, because on Patreon you can become a patron and get access to exclusive content, but also support me for all the content I put out here for free. You're also going to like this video because it dives into something in depth that I'm sure you will like. Also, you can get a free track stand course right here. Share this video with someone who is committing these two errors. Sending my love. Goodbye.